Hey guys, I want to talk about Risk-A-Rain and if it's worth it or not. So I want to get into it with these characters. You can unlock them through DLC or just doing challenges. Each character does have their own set of skills, and I think they're really cool to unlock their second abilities. So if you guys like doing challenges, this is a game for you. Plus, there's one thing, and I'm going to be very, very mean about, is the enemy spawn rate. So I don't want the beginning to be super slow, and I don't want the beginning to be super fast, because everyone's different, and I don't want you guys sweating over this little things like these enemies. But this really does give the chance of people who has not played the game yet to really feel out the game first and then jump right into the craziness later. So I was speaking, some of these characters do have different abilities, of course, because they're their own people. Anyways, the captain here does seem like he supports his teammates a lot, and then when you hit over to the huntress, you get to see that she's able to run around without really needing you to aim. Her arrows are seeking them, and her abilities are just really cool. They'll be able to hit a lot of enemies at once. And then we do have our melee characters that are very different, who do pack a punch, but unfortunately they don't have a lot of range to them, but I guess that's why they're melee characters. But they do have at least one ability that is range. And then you have my very, very favorite character, the engineer. His main attack isn't the best, but his abilities do make up for the rest, especially the ones that are unlockable. So I would recommend doing that for him. And what I like about these items that is when you buy them, they automatically attach to your character and making your character look a little bit different. So if you're just so used to your character looking like plain Jane over here, wait until she gets a little bit more objects on her, and then she becomes very, very different and looks so different from everything else. Hey, look at that nice, juicy. Ah! Now, to the next segment. So in this game, we have two main paths. The one that makes us go fight the main boss, or one that just kind of keeps us keep going. If you want to find main boss, it looks like that. And if you want to keep going, you just gotta press X or E on it, and then you can keep going until your heart desires. Path 1 is kind of interesting just because you get to fight this crazy boss. When you get to it, you just have to first pass beating this boss or any other boss. I don't think it's always this boss, but you just kind of have to get through it. And then once you beat it, you come to, well, you know, your creepy neighbor's little basement. Yeah, look at that face. There's no face there. Oh well. Anyways, after you get out of this creepy basement, let's just fast forward here for a second. Give me 1 minute. And then you make it out to the sunlight. Feels a little refreshing on your body. But that's not the only thing. When you get here, you have to do 4 things, 4 pillars, and you'll see these giant beams of light in the air. And after you do that, you'll go to a elevator, which you'll see here in a second, and you go all the way up and you find that main boss. Now he does have like a giant T head, so he's very hard to miss. But so here's the thing about him: the longer you are in the mission, like the longer you stay, the harder he'll get. You have to fight him a few different times just to beat him. You can beat him once, beat him twice, beat him 3 times, and even a 4th. The 4th one is the hardest because he does take all your items and use them against you. After beating this man, you'll have to run back to your ship, power it up just like any old normal teleporter. They really love their teleporters, don't they? And it's pretty easy to survive. Just make sure you don't die. And then once that's over, you get to this nice little cutscene. You get in your little ship, you fly away, and then we see this man, his lifeless corpse on the ground, even though I'm not sure he's not dead, but oh well. Then after that, we'll escape this planet, which is pretty cool. but I think it goes to the void because that looks like it would go to the void. I don't think the planet's destroyed. But the story is interesting. It's not much of a story, but you know. And path 2 is just pretty much repeat, rinse and repeat. You'll go through these same levels. I think there's about 8 maps. Plus there's a new DLC coming out, so that's very exciting. We get to see new characters, new places to go, new enemies, hopefully new items, because the new items they brought in the DLC for the Void was pretty cool, like that coffee cup there. But you know, you just do the same thing, just fight bosses, survive, and it does get a lot more hectic than you think it does. You either become a god, like a living god, or you just become their food. It's either or. It's one or the other. You're either doing so well you're not going to die, or it's you're barely surviving and then whoop, you're dead. But this game is also multiplayer, if you didn't know that. So if you have a few of your buddies, go ahead and play with them with the game. Wait, that sounded weird. Just play with them on the game, not in real life. That's weird. But if you understand how multiplayer works, like I don't, because I don't play with anyone, you'll see that it might get harder because there's multiple people on the map. But besides that, it should be pretty easy gathering items. Besides that, the game's not too expensive, neither is the DLCs. I think like each DLC is like 14 bucks or 12 bucks, some stupid random number. But I think you guys will really enjoy this. I would give this probably a 9 out of 10 just on my scale, because it's very so here's the thing, I look for two things: replayability and the gameplay. If I enjoy the gameplay, then I'm most likely coming back to play it, and if it's if I could play it over and over, you bet I'm coming back. Just because each level isn't the same, and you're not gonna get the same exact items that come from boxes or those weird vending machine looking things. I don't know what they are. But guys, hopefully you enjoyed this. I did enjoy playing the game. It's my first review, so I'm probably butchered the absolutely hell out of it. I'll try to make better improvements throughout my other ones I'm going to make. I'm also going to do Borderlands review. I'm just going to also just do a lot of roguelikes. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you soon.